What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Kiki, and I am back with another video. So you guys, I am coming to you guys with another story time, and as you can tell by the title, yes, this is a story time how my so-called best friend stole my man, y'all. Taking a moment of silence. But anyway, yeah. So let's go back. So, this friend, every time first of all, every time I make a video, is always after I ate something, and then I have to be around here picking my teeth and doing all that unnecessary stuff. But anyway, let's get into the video. So let's see what we're gonna call her. Boom, we're gonna call her Angel Soft. Yeah, like the tissue, Angel Soft. So me and Angel Soft, where do I start about her? So, okay, so how me and her met, we met because I used to stay with my auntie mommy. And it's so crazy because I know my auntie mommy watch my videos, and she probably don't know who I'm talking about, but it's all good to the hood. So I met her staying with my auntie mommy or whatever. And how I met her was a little bit by default because I talk to people, whatever case may be, but I don't talk to people like that all the time because I don't know how people low energy be. I don't know how their vibes are. None of that. So anyway, and my auntie mommy was cool with her mama or whatever. But anyway, so as being the fact that her mama, my auntie mommy, was cool, me and her started getting cool or whatever case it be. And it was to the point where we was cool to the point that I used to defend her in a lot of fights because it's like she used to start stuff or do stuff, and I don't know, but it was like a lot of girls in the little neighborhood we stayed in wanted her head. It's like they want her head, and being the fact that I was friends with her, you know how they say guilty by association. Being the fact that I was friends with her is like some of the girls would come at me sideways, but then when she's not around, they'll come to me and be like, oh, we didn't want to fight you or whatever. We just don't like her. And being the fact that you friends with her is like, you know, again, guilty by association. But I tell you what, straight up, boo-boo, y'all that want these problems, just because I was quiet and always goofy, I would have give you these hands. Straight like that. But anywho, so me and her used to hang out. We also used to go to the same school together. Now, here's the thing. When being the fact that we used to hang out or whatever, a lot of people used to tell me things about her. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, like they said, you can't always go by what other people say. You got to figure out things for yourself. And that's what I used to do. Like, I'm like, everybody be like, oh, she this, she that, yada, 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 blase, blase. So I'm like, nah, she ain't like this. She ain't like this. Da, 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 da. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? I can ride for her or whatever. I ain't gonna let nobody keep talking trash about her. Da, 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 da. But as time went on, slowly for surely, baby girl was coming out that cocoon. But she wasn't turning into no beautiful butterfly. She was coming out that cocoon, and she was revealing to me more and more what these people were saying or whatever. Like, I was giving baby girl the benefit of the doubt. But she been proving me wrong. Like, she was proving them right, she was proving me wrong. And I was like, dang, I didn't know little sugar foot get done like that. And how they used to always say, birds of a feather flock together. And I don't want to be a part of that flock, because the stuff that you been dang on doing, I don't want nobody thinking I was doing the same, honey. Because I ain't get down like that. But anyway, so as time go on, now this around the summertime now. We out of school, this the summertime or whatever. And little Angel Soft been doing some things. Like, she would get down with the get down. When I tell you, I found out this girl was very promiscuous, and it make no sense. Now, granted, I don't know if you know, I'm gonna make this disclaimer. I don't know if anything happened to her traumatically in her childhood where she was that promiscuous, because mind you, y'all, we was young. I can tell you how old we were, but we was young. And how young we was, baby shouldn't have been popping that thing like that. For real. She should have not been popping that thing like that. But anyway, like I said, as time went on, she slowly for surely started revealing herself to me. So this was, like I said, it was in the summertime, and it was one day when, okay, so boom. So I don't even know why I left off at, because I had to cut to do a little something. But like I was saying, like, as time went on, she started revealing some stuff to me, like, in her actions, not actually by her words, but her actions. I don't know if y'all used to get this during the summertime, but during the summertime, we used to have, well, not we, but the community we stayed in had like these church people come in. They used to do little fun activities with us, or whatever case to be, like teach us about God and stuff like that. And I used to love when the people come there, because, you know, it was fun to me, especially me being young or whatever case to be, and I trust and believe in God. So big up to him. So it was one day where these people came in our community, whatever case it be, and we were supposed to be, you know, interacting with these people. And Angel Soft had a sister, and we gonna call her Fruit Snack. Angel Soft's sister, Fruit Snack, when I tell you that was the little sister from hell, y'all, that was the little sister from hell. Like, any and everything that Angel Soft would do, Fruit Snack would tell. Anything that me and Angel Soft would do, Fruit Snack would tell. Like, she was a snitch. And it was to the point that we didn't want her to be around. No matter, I mean, not saying we was doing anything off the wall. Well, I wasn't doing anything off the wall. Let's make that clear. But anything that we'll do, or whatever case it be, is like she want to go run a tail. And I was like, dang, your little sister talk too much or whatever. So I you know what I'm saying? Dang, my little sister, so I ain't got to deal with that bull crap. So, again, like I said, we was interacting with these people. And I'm telling you, giving y'all this backstory because, again, by the title, you'll know why I'm giving y'all this backstory. So, like I said, we was interacting with these people or whatever. And I was interacting with the people, but at the same time, I was a lookout. I was basically supposed to be watching Angel Soft little sister. Basically, I was supposed to be watching Fruit Snack or whatever case be, making sure she's not looking for her sister, because her sister was in the woods bumping and thumping. Y'all know what that means. She was getting her thing going on, no real, whatever you want to call it. So basically, I was a lookout. I supposed to look out for Fruit Snack or whatever case, and making sure that she was good and making sure she wasn't on to what her sister was doing. All right, so boom. I end up going. Fruit Snack end up leaving the little group, and I guess she went in the house. And when she went in the house, she came back outside. She was like, where's Angel Soft? Because my mama looking for her. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I don't know what you're supposed to say, you know. Cause big girl, I don't know where your sister at or whatever. So she ran back in the house or whatever case it be. When she went in the house, I dashed to where Angel Soft was and be like, yo, you need to wrap this up because your sister just been in the house. Your mama looking for you. Da 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 da. Oh, baby girl wasn't listening to me. Angel Soft was not listening to me or whatever case it be. She was still back there bumping and thumping or whatever case it be. And I don't know what happened in the process, but I guess Fruit Snack came out, was looking for me. And somebody told her that I went to this particular building or whatever case it be because behind the building was nothing but woods or whatever. And lo and behold, sure enough, Fruit Snack found me. And when she found me, she found her sister. And she saw what her sister was doing. When I tell you, Angel Soft pull up them garments real quick and fast, whoever kisses me, and ran after her sister. I was like, I ain't running after nobody. I'm looking at the homeboy that she was in there bumping and thumping with or whatever. I'm laughing with him, tripping because we know she about to get in trouble. Like, this dude know how her mama rock. And her daddy was a military guy, so he was very strict. But her mama and her daddy wasn't together. But still, her daddy was very strict. Her daddy was in her life, and he used to come see her like every weekend, every other weekend type stuff. And so, yeah. So, this is the type of person she was. Like, she would bump and thump any and everybody. So, with that being said, that background is going to lead to what I have to say. So, fast forward. Time going on, because she was on punishment or whatever case to be. Time went on. So, I met this dude. I'm going to call him Jeremy. That's not his name, but I'm going to call him Jeremy. So I met Jeremy and his cousin, and I'm going to call his cousin Reeboks. Like, bear with me, y'all. These names are crazy. So I met Jeremy, and I met Jeremy and his cousin Reeboks or whatever. So this how I met them two. I met Jeremy Reeboks through a friend of mine from a different neighborhood, the neighborhood that my mama stayed in or whatever. And when I was introduced to Jeremy and Reebok was trying to holler at me, but I wasn't attracted to Reebok. Reebok wasn't my type. Jeremy was, or whatever. But Jeremy was friends with she wasn't a friend of mine. I'm going to say she was an associate. I don't know if them two was attracted to each other. I don't know if they ever did something with each other, but I don't know about that situation. Don't care to know about that situation. But like I said, Reebok had wanted to talk to me. But I wasn't interested in Reebok because he wasn't my type. So, okay. So, boom. After a while, I wasn't always in my mom's neighborhood or the neighborhood that we stayed in. I was always at my auntie mommy house. So being that I was always at my auntie mommy house, I kind of lost contact with Jeremy and Reebok and my friend girl. I'm going to call her Alexis. I was, lost contact with them or whatever. So I was at my auntie mommy house. So I'll say home because that's where I was staying. I was home, and my auntie mommy will tell you, I always had my little cousins. They're not cousins. They are my sisters and brothers. That because we grew up together, whatever case it be, and that's just how me and my auntie mommy. Even though she's my auntie, she's my mother. She raised me. So her kids basically is my little sister and brother. That's just how it is. So I was outside with them one day or whatever, and I seen Jeremy and Reeboks in our apartment complex, but they was going across to another building. And I'm looking. I'm like, dang, they look familiar. I was like, dang, that look like Jeremy. That look like Reebok. So I was like, Jeremy. Da, 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 da. No, I was like, no, I said, hey, your name Jeremy? or whatever. He was like, yeah, da 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 da. I was like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Rick like, you know what is that? Da 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 da. He be like, no, who does that? Who that? Da 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 da. So I'm like, Kiana, da 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 da. He be like, oh, what's up? You know how that go. Ding yang yang, ding yang yang. So, we all was sitting outside talking or whatever, talking, and they was like, who you over here with? Like, I stay over here, da 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 da. It was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. So time went on. And these are coming through all the time or whatever. And at this time, Jeremy had some long, pretty hair. Some long, pretty curly hair. And he always wanted me. He was like looking for somebody to braid his hair. And I was like, you know, I could braid, I could hook you up, da 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 da. So went upstairs to the house or whatever, to the house or whatever, and I braided his hair. Now, Reebok, my auntie mama was cool with it because, come to find out, one of my auntie mama's friends, God bless her soul, she passed away from COVID. God bless your soul. So, Reebok's sister and my auntie mommy was friends. So that's how everybody, you know, even got closer even more. So Reebok and Jeremy was always invited to our house or whatever case it be. So I used to braid his hair or whatever. So he started taking a like to me or whatever, and I started to like him or whatever. Anywho. I took a like to him or whatever, so we started dating. It was to the point that if I wasn't braiding Reebok, if I wasn't braiding Jeremy here, he'd just come over and we'll just hang out, chillax, whatever case we on the stoop or in the house or whatever. And at this point, Reebok started to become a third wheel. So Jeremy was like, yo, you ain't got nobody you can hook up with my boy, da 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 da. He's like, cause this trigger, I'm not gonna say the N word. This trigger, he always third wheeling, da 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 da. He needs somebody to get with, da 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 da. So, boom. Me thinking like, well, shoot, the only person I only rock with like that. Well, I used to rock with other girls like that. But me and Angel Soft was more, you know, with each other. So I'm like, yeah, I can hook him up with my girl Angel Soft. Da 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 da. She lived right here at the River Kids because the stoop. It was like 4 apartments downstairs, 4 apartments upstairs, and the stoop that we always sit on, her apartment was like right there. Basically, we were sitting on their stoop or whatever. And so I was like, yeah, da 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 da. But I was like, well. And I let them know, I was like, well, her mama's strict or whatever case it be, so we hanging out, we got to go upstairs. Y'all got to go upstairs, let me get her up the house type thing, because if her mama see y'all out here, whatever case it be, she ain't going to let her come outside. So Reba was like, dang, her mama like that? I'm like, yeah, her mama like that. Or whatever, so, boom. That's my snack, y'all. So, boom. They went upstairs. I knock on Angel Soft them door. I'm like, yo, you come outside, you know? She's like, yeah. So we came outside. So I was like, yo, we're going out to my crib. They got somebody who want to holler at you, or whatever case it is. She's like, oh, word, is he cute, you know? So here's the thing about Reebok. Reebok was cute until he opened his mouth. What time it is? I mean, truth be told, that's why I was not attracted to him. And then he was heavy, kind of heavy set. At that time, I wasn't attracted to big boys. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, girl, you know, I was hyping it up. I had to hype it up. So I'm like, yeah, he cute, girl. They upstairs right now. Let's go. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So boom, we went upstairs or whatever case it be. I introduced him. I introduced her to Jeremy. I introduced her to Reebok. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my peeps. You know, we all people right about now. So while me and Jeremy was upstairs hanging and chilling, watching TV, whatever case it be, Reebok and Angel Soft was getting to know each other. So he was like, yo, instead of us being up in here or whatever case it be with them, you know, they vibing or whatever case it be, you know, let's go outside or whatever case it be. Let me talk to you outside or whatever. She was like, okay, boom. So I was like, okay, girl. Like I was like, no boy, like I felt like we could have been double dating or something at this point in time. So they went outside and me and Jeremy was in there vibing, you know, watching TV, movie, whatever case it be. So they've been out there for like a good 10, 15 minutes or whatever case it be. And they came back in the house, and when they came back, you could tell something ain't been right. Not a bad thing or whatever case it be, but something like me and Jeremy looking at each other like, so Jeremy went outside with Reebok, was like, yo, let me holler at you right quick. So while he been hollering at Reebok, I was like, why y'all, I'm talking to Anderson, and I was like, why y'all so giddy like that? Like, what's wrong with y'all too? Like, that conversation must have was deep or whatever case to be in that little 15 minutes y'all been outside. She was like, no. We was talking, but that ain't all we was doing. But what y'all been out there doing then? I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. This video is not meant for kids. Not meant for kids, and I'm gonna make sure I put that on it. Not meant for kids. But yes, they did some things. They did some things. I'm gonna leave it like that. They did some things. But we was like, what got me, okay, so wait a minute. So Jeremy and Reebok was outside talking. Reebok let Jeremy know what went down, whoop-de-whoop. And so when Jeremy came back in, him and Reebok came back in, you know, we started, you know, vibing, whatever it gets to be. So anyway, fast forward, time went on, they left or whatever. And it was always a ritual for me and Jeremy to be on the phone till about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at times. And so in the midst of him calling me or whatever and us being on the phone, he told me what happened. And I was like, yeah, I know. She told me herself. He was like, but dang. He was like, your friend get done like that? They just met each other. And I was like, well, Sally, baby, she do. He's like, I ain't mad at her. He was like, but dang, that was quick. And what really got him kind of mad about the situation, not mad, but kind of like about the situation, is the fact that they just met and they didn't bring a grocery bag. I'll put it like that. They didn't bring a grocery bag. So that's what he was kind of iffy about. All right, so here's where the junk get juicy. So I left my auntie mommy house and I went back with my mom or whatever. Now I'm trying to think, was this around the time that my mama left and went to Georgia, and I think she came and got us? Nope. We ain't went to Georgia yet. What happened was, I think I went back to my mama house and she registered me in school, and I was going to school from her house type thing, and I was just going to my auntie mommy house at this time on the weekend, I want to say. So I wasn't around my auntie mommy house like that, like I used to. However, whatever. But I'm really thinking we went to Georgia. I don't know. But anywho, so boom. Got back to being around my auntie mommy house, whatever case it be. Like, it wasn't no beef, nothing, no trip, nothing, why I couldn't go to my auntie mama's. I think I was really in school. I think I was either in school, or I think my mama took us to Georgia with her. She went to Georgia. She came back. I think we went to Georgia. And then as I'm thinking, I really thinking that it's not the case. I think we were still down there, but I think we went to a different school or something like that. All right, so boom. Back around my auntie mommy house or whatever case it be. I don't know how I found out to this day, y'all. I don't remember. I wish I did remember so I can go in with the story time. Like, this just mind-boggling. I don't know who told me, but I found out. So, I found out Reebok and Angel Soft stopped talking. For whatever reason they stopped talking, I don't know, but they stopped talking. And mind you, me and Jeremy was still talking, but we wasn't talking like that. Like, being the fact that we was distance from each other now, and I was able to see him, but I wasn't able to see him like that. So our little Twilight saga, whatever case, became to a dwindle. So, like I said, go back around to my auntie mommy house. And to this day, y'all, I swear to y'all, I don't remember who told me. Excuse me. I don't remember who told me, but I found out that Reebok and Angel Soft were no longer talking. Back in them days, we didn't have cell phones. Well, I did have a pager. I had a pager with my young teen. I ain't supposed to have no pager, but I had a pager. Whatever. But around that time, everybody had house phones. And mind you, I forgot to mention this. Jeremy and Reeboks were cousins. If I didn't mention this, they were cousins. And they were staying in the same apartment or whatever. They were staying in the same house or whatever. And like I said, back in that day, we ain't had cell phones. We had house phones. So anytime Angel Soft would call for Reebok, she would either get Jeremy or Reebok. Whatever reason it was that Reebok and Angel stopped talking, I don't remember. I don't know. But they did. So I guess in the midst of when her and Reebok was talking, and she would call their webcams, I don't know if Reebok was working, or I don't know the dynamics of that. But somehow, in some funny way, her, Angel Soft, and Jeremy started talking. You heard me right. Mind you, I hooked her up with Reebok. Mind you, she know me and Jeremy was an item. So, even after I left and went back to my mama, me and her were still friends. We were still seeing each other in school. Matter of fact, yep, we was in Georgia. We was still in our hometown. We was still in South Carolina. And we were still going to the same school. We still been, hey, hi, like ain't nothing happened. Yeah. 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 So her and Jeremy started talking. Now, she know me and Jeremy, we were still talking, like I said, but we wasn't talking like that. However, whatever. But it is what it is. But you was my friend. I'm not calling you my best friend, because best friends don't do that. And if best friends do that, then y'all never was best friends. Let's make that clear. So, you my friend. I hooked you up with a cousin. But you couldn't get enough. You couldn't get enough that you had to go sleep with my man too. Yeah. 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 Angel Soft slept with Jeremy. And the crazy part about it, they was doing it behind me and Reebok's back. And even to this day, I'm trying to figure out like how that worked, how that happened. Cause you calling their house, mind you, they ain't had no cell phones. They had a house phone. So you calling their house and Reebok pick up or whatever kids be, and you asking for Jeremy? Like, how did that work? Like, how do that work? You calling the house for that you calling the house and you was talking to one dude, but then you calling for the other. Like, how do that work? And then the thing that really tripped me out, because of the fact of the matter was, when I did used to come to my auntie mommy house like every other weekend, me and you was still cooling. Me and you was still cool. You weren't mentioning none of this to me. You failed to mention any of this to me. I had to find out elsewhere. I had to find out elsewhere that my best friend slept with my dude. Like, what happened to a girl code? What happened to that? What happened to the fact that you betrayed and backstabbed the one person that always had your back? The one person that always had your back, you backstabbed. When them girls was dangle 5, 6 deep about to jump your behind, and you came running to my house. Mind y'all, when these girls about to fight her, me and her was together. When me and her was sitting outside together, they wouldn't come around. They was like walking across the street, like they was just like a bunch of hyenas stalking their prey. A bunch of lions stalking their prey. But they ain't gonna do nothing because I was outside. Not trying to say I hold weight or anything, like I'm Billy Bad Tail, none of that. No, because I'm not. But I hold my own. And they knew that. Or whatever case be. So they didn't want to budge because I was outside. But as soon as the minute I left, I just left for a split second. I think I went in the house to do something, get something to drink or something, use the bathroom, something. I was just going for a split second. And in that split second, it was about to tear her behind up. And she came running to my house or whatever case it be. Matter of fact, I think they did for her. To be honest, they did for her. Because when she came running back to me, she came running my house and she went downstairs with her mom, and it was like a whole bunch of commotion. They did for her. But they fought her because I wasn't there. But if I was there, they would not do that. They wouldn't have did it. But the person who had your back, you gonna backstab like that? Really? Then when I come around, you still keying up in my face and this and that and a third? Really? From me helping you, you turn around and slept with my dude. That was the thanks I got. That was my thank you. That was my thank you for having your back by you going behind my back and sleeping with my dude. Really? That's how you feel. That's how you feel? Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My so-called best friend slept with my dude when I already gave her a dude, his cousin. Like I said, I guess it wasn't getting enough. I really think it was not giving enough. It wasn't getting enough. Yeah. Yeah. And now that I'm sitting here, I found out that she was trying to claim that she was pregnant by Jeremy. Yeah, that's another story. That's another story. It's going to be a part 2 and 3 to this story. Trust and believe. Yep. Yeah, she called herself pregnant by Jeremy because that's how much she wanted him. Like, my thing right here, I don't know if baby girl was jealous of me. And I'm feeling that she was, because when I was staying with my auntie mom, even when I was staying with my mama, like, I was a free bird. Not saying I did any and everything I wanted to do. I just was free. I didn't get in trouble like that. Like, and my thing right here, the only thing that really got me in trouble was my mouth. You're not going to say what you want to say to me, and I'm not going to lash back. That's just, so let's date, that's how my mouth around. Sorry, not sorry. But I wasn't a troublemaker like that. I didn't get in trouble. I didn't do stuff to get me in trouble. I wasn't slanging and banging and, you know what I'm saying, like doing crazy stuff. Like, it's either I'm hanging out with friends or I'm staying to myself. That's just how it was. That's just how it was. But the crazy thing is, as I'm also sitting here, I now remember who told me. But guess what, y'all? I can tell you who told me, because guess what? It's going to be a part 2 to this story time. So y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video for part 2. You have to share this video for part 2. You have to like for part 2. You have to comment and thumb this video up if you guys want to get part 2 of this video. Like, go ahead and push them buttons. I'm going to give y'all about 2 seconds. And that's all it takes, about 2 seconds. If y'all want to hear part 2 of this video, I need y'all to like this. I'm going to need y'all to comment. I'm going to need y'all to subscribe. And make sure y'all share. Tell somebody that is somebody that's going to be somebody to come and rock out with your girl. And I'll see you guys in part 2.